Hello to the wonderful Dynamics 365 and Power Platform community. This is Deepesh Somani. I'm continuing my series, Power of Sales Insights in the year 2021. Again, Happy New Year to all of you. This is my first video on this series in 2021. What are we going to talk about today? Custom connector scenarios. So we are going to discuss a lot of custom connector based scenarios, two of them in fact, and how that was configured, how it can really help you the usage of sales insights in your organization for your customers, etc. So let's quickly get going, guys. If you want to learn alongside me or have the experiences that I do in my Dynamics 365 or Power Platform projects or implementations, a bit about life as well, if you talk about my podcast, that second QR code there, Power Advice, you can learn through all these mediums. I have recently started doing two more things again. One is I started with the season 2 of my podcast. The first episode was out a few weeks back. I'm going to do the second episode on this coming Thursday. Then the blog, I started blogging again with the series Power 2021. You can subscribe to the blog as well, connect with me on LinkedIn for social networking, or follow my tech tweets on Twitter along with some of my write tweets. So I do write a lot as well. So let's quickly get going with some demonstration for the custom connector scenarios in Sales Insights, and then we'll see how it is configured. So here there are two scenarios that are configured, which you can see in the assistant window on the dashboard. One of which is regarding primary contact change. So whenever a primary contact will change on a particular account entity, I have taken a business use case that this is something which needs to be notified. Then another one which we have taken in is the account task due after 3 days. If there is some particular task on an account which is due, then what needs to happen. So if I click one of them, you can see that I can click on open and that will open up the relevant record in the Dynamics 365 application. So the same particular thing is available under the record as well. So why I intentionally opened this record and waited for that to open up is the same notification for primary contact change is available to me over here as well. Of course, if I go to the panel area, and that same notifications are available through the panel area as well, right? So these are the three places where you can enable this intelligent insights onto your Dynamics 365 application and greatly be benefiting your users. So this is the one scenario, primary contact change, and another one is the to do with the account task, which is due after 3 days. Now this scenarios can be different for your business. It can change around with time. Let's see how this one was configured, both of them. So let's quickly talk about the configuration. Now I am inside the sales inside settings area. I selected inside cards, the two cards that we just seen about account task due after 3 days as well as the primary contact change are available over here. Now let's see where do you go and create it. One is that you can create it over here, new card. I'm just going to edit it instead because we already have this pre-configured. So I'm just going to demonstrate how this was done. So I'll just say edit this three dots and edit card logic in Power Automate. Now you can see that there will be a first time you will do it, it will say give you this pop-up, open Power Automate in a new tab. Advanced inside card customization is only available in Power Automate, and the changes you can make will be automatically updated here in the Assistant Studio. So yes, you can say on open a new tab. This is going to just route you into the login screen and where it will be opened up for you. Alright, so this is now loaded up over here. So if you can see, this is just your plain and simple Power Automate screen, and one of the card types you see here is the create card for assistant. So let's first see the condition it was configured for. When a record is created, updated or deleted, update of account, organization wide. You can always go under show advanced options, just like I have filtered here for the primary contact ID. So that's a great feel and feature where I can filter in. And then this particular inside card is only available for updation on certain fields, right? And then what we have done here is we have just given the environment name, the card name, what is the card header, primary contact change, update in account, then I've added in dynamically the account name. And what does the button type do? You can either open a URL or you can open an entity. Those are the two options you got. And the record ID. So you can just dynamically pick that in the Power Automate as well. And that's the way this one is done for our update scenario. Let's see the other one as well. Now the second one is a recurrence flow example, which is how do I particularly know every day what are the tasks due in the next coming 3 days on a particular account or any contact or whatever. So we cause the recurrence on the flow. Every one day this recurrence is going to trigger in again. Then what's going to happen? You're going to do a list of records. Now how do I filter what are due after 3 days? We have used fetch XML query over there, where you can clearly see the condition attribute mentions that the next X days value equal 3, right, for the scheduled end. Now, if that is the case, then we loop in and we filter for all those tasks in the list records, then we apply to each. We create card from the assistant. Now you can account task due after 3 days, subject is due by due date. What we want to do, we want to open up the entity and the record URL is according to the task. Now you can do tons of things around it, including merging and whatever you want, right? So that's totally up to you. In this particular example, we created tasks for everything. So I hope this particular video and the demonstration and how this was configured was useful for you to learn the custom connectors under Sales Insights. Before I end this video, again, if you wanted to connect with me, you can subscribe to my channel, you can listen to my podcast, season 2, you can reach out to me on my blog. If you have any of the needs in Dynamics 365 and Power Platform, feel free to reach us here at Dynamicity. Power 365 as usual, guys. Stay safe, take care, and have a wonderful week ahead.